Hey everybody, John here from the esports department, and we got a three-gamer on our hands here, and we're going to three different leagues: LPL, LEC, LCS. I'll go over the playoff situations for all of them as we go through and talk about, where we want to be stacking for a slate like this. The first one in the LPL, Top Esports at minus 280. They went 13-3 in the regular season, up against Suning plus 200, 12-4 in the regular season. And we can look over here. We are in the semifinals for the LPL. Top Esports and Suning in the top side. The winner will make the finals and play against JDG or LGD. Seems pretty likely to me that we get a repeat of the spring finals. Top Esports and JDG definitely feel like the favorites to me to be in the finals here. When we look at the stats for Top and Suning, 1877 to 1786, plus 180 to plus 75. They have a first blood advantage by about 8%, but actually 1% less on first turret. It's a 5% dragon edge to Top Esports, and plus 772 to plus 194. So everything pretty much going in the favor of Top Esports. I think anyone who paid attention to the season, it kind of feels that way. These semifinals it's a little bit unfortunate the way that things have played out. This IG versus LGD upset kind of hurts the bracket, I feel, because JDG we think should probably dispatch LGD pretty easily. And Suning has always kind of been like the gatekeeper to the top so far this season, and playing up against Top Esports, we got to think that Top is going to take a win here. Top is one of the bloodier teams in the LPL, 18.82 and 17.9 DPL. Suning, on the other hand, not so much, 16.2 and 16.6, giving you like high 17s expectation for Top Esports in kills per game. Interesting matchup. I don't give Suning a huge chance. I don't think they're one of my favorite underdogs for this slate, but they can. It's always possible for them to pick up a win. We saw what happened with IG LGD. I don't think anyone predicted LGD winning 3-0 against IG, so it's definitely something that could happen. I think I lean towards the Top Esports side of this one. Moving down into the LEC. G2 is minus 290, 11-7 on the season, and Mad Lions plus 205, 12-6 on the season. We start the upper bracket here. You can see I'm recording this in the middle of the SK Schalke series. Schalke is actually up 2-0 at the moment, likely to win here. G2 and Mad Lions will decide the first team to get slotted directly into the semifinals. I believe if you get slotted into the semifinals here, you are going to Worlds for the LEC. I wish I could look at it. I'm pretty sure the LEC is sending the top teams. Let's see. Let's just look real quick. I did an entire video on this, and I still cannot keep track of exactly how everyone's doing it because everyone's doing it so differently. Yes, some are champions, some are runner-up, some are third place, and then they've got some are fourth place. So yeah, just winning these semifinals are automatically going to put you. Winning these to go into the semifinals is automatically going to put you at Worlds. Rogue already locked up their spot. This is complicated, but so since they're the highest seed, the reason that they've locked up Worlds is even if they lose right here, the lowest they're going to be able to go is here, and that is 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the teams that would be going to Worlds. The teams that made the finals, the winner of this match, and then the other team from this match. So you're automatically getting 4 teams. It looks like there's like 6 different teams up here, or 8 different teams in these 4 matches, but really there's only going to be 4 different teams. These 2 teams will contribute somebody down to here. So being here is a guarantee of making something in Worlds. Fnatic, G2, and Mad, if any of them win this matchup, they'll go here and automatically go to Worlds. The loser will go down to here and have to play their way into this match. So definitely G2 and Mad looking to win this match for sure. It's playoffs, but they're going to go to Worlds automatically if they win this match. So it's a pretty big deal. Looking at stats, considering how the season started off, G2's stats for the majority of this season were pretty mediocre. But look at how quickly they've rebounded. Gold per minute, 1816 to 1794, so advantage to G2. Gold differential per minute, just a slight lead for Mad Lions, 77 to 90. First blood, first turret, both due to the advantage of Mad Lions, 5% and 22%. The Dragon percentage is also to Mad Lions, 60 to 53. At 15 minutes, though, G2 at plus 614, Mad at plus 152. So it's about even back and forth on the stats, some in the advantage of G2, some in the advantage of Mad Lions. That said, it's kind of similar to the Schalke and SK series in the sense that G2 has been significantly better in the last 4 weeks of the season versus the Mad Lions. Mad Lions, mediocre end to the split, G2 a very strong end to the split, looking like they've kind of got things figured out now. I do think their Dragon percentage and stuff are staying lower because of how abysmal they were at it during the beginning of the season. In the last few weeks, significantly better on all metrics. I would think G2 would win this matchup. I don't know, that minus 290 might be a little heavy-handed, but I would think G2 is a pretty reasonably sized favorite to beat the Mad Lions here and advance to the World Championship. Going into the last game of the day, the last game of the slate, Cloud9, I do not have the odds for them yet. 13-5 in the regular season, up against EG, no odds for them either, and 8-10 in the regular season. So we are looking at this lower bracket matchup here. The winner of this will go to play the winner of TSM versus the Team Liquid and Golden Guardians loser. Assuming that things go kind of what we would expect, which who knows if that's something to expect, but if they go the way we would expect, you'd expect Team Liquid to go over here and play FlyQuest, Golden Guardians to drop down and play TSM, and then the winner of EG C9 would play the winner of TSM and Golden Guardians. Hard to say what will happen with that, given that Golden Guardians 3-0'd them in the first round. Wouldn't be insanely surprised to see that again. But Cloud9, despite having kind of a rough upset loss to FlyQuest, I think they have a good chance of finding their way up into here. They have been rickety enough lately, and EG did put up a pretty good fight when they played FlyQuest in the first round. That kind of makes you wonder if maybe this might be a spot to take a shot on EG. I could see it. I think Cloud9 has not played that well lately, and things have kind of been getting to them. I don't know if EG is the team that I want to trust. I do like the three favorites on this slate. I definitely think all three of the favorites are going to win, but it's a spot where it's more going to be about trying to get the right ones, I think. We'll have to look at the projections and see what the scores look like. Numbers-wise, it's a complete wash for Cloud9. They just dominate every single statistic here, and I mean dominate. 23% edge in Dragons, over 2,300 goal differential at 15 minutes, 1893 to 1724. Just huge differences in the goal per minutes. All these numbers. It plays out to be a reasonably aggressive series. I mean, Cloud9 15.9. EG has a very high death per loss at 19. But they're on a G2 Mad Lions slate and also a top esports slate. I'm guessing probably NA is going to be our lowest projected matchup. So let's have a look where the projections actually land. We will have a look at the favorites here to see where we want to spend our money. You can always find a decent underdog. Any team in the playoffs, I think, is going to be a decent underdog. So I think it's important to just figure out where you want to spend your money. And it's actually Cloud9 in the top lane, Wonder in second, Top Esports in third. In the jungle, it is Blabber, Karsa in second, Jankos actually grading out the worst. In the mid lane, Caps comes first, it's Knight in second, so Knight not the top play in the mid lane, Niski in last. At AD Carry, it's Perks, followed by Jackie Love, and Sven is the lowest. And at support, it's Vulcan, followed by Mickey X and Top Esports, and Yanja. Interesting point on Mickey. I think maybe these numbers are going to be too low on Mickey. It's projecting him, based on what he's done this season, but he's played an awful lot of Tahm Kench, and I don't know that we're going to see a lot more Tahm Kench from him. We'll see, but these recent patch changes, I think they're going to be more likely to try to take him off the Kench. If he's not on the Kench, I might expect him to be a higher expectation player. But the most interesting point here is that Top Esports is not the top expectation in any position. Cloud9 and G2 both showing to be better plays. Cloud9 I would not expect to be one of the higher owned teams here, so I definitely think we could maybe get some value here. Salary wise, Top Esports is the most expensive in a lot of these. In the jungle, no. In the top lane, they were the most expensive. In the mid lane, they're the most expensive. AD Carry, it goes to Perks, and at support, it goes to Mickey. Cloud9, though, is the cheapest of the favorites in pretty much every spot and projects the highest in most spots. So Cloud9 feels like they could be a a serious smash play here. Given that, I would say for expected ownership, this one's going to be tough for me because I do think Cloud9 is the biggest favorite of all these teams. So maybe people just want to go with the safety of Cloud9. I'm going to go with G2, Cloud9, Top Esports, Suning, and then probably Mad comes next, I would guess. So probably Mad and then EG. That probably makes the most sense for ownerships. We might be able to get a little bit of value out of going with Cloud9 as one of our heavier stacks. Let's see. I would think Cloud9 is going to be the biggest favorite. What does Cloud9 G2 get us as far as... So you can actually get a Nisqy Captain. It uses the full 50,000. Can you get... You could get off Perkz to Sven if you wanted. Perkz does out-project pretty hard. So you can play Nisqy Captain with a 3-3. You could switch it over to a 4-4 if you want, or a 4-2 if you wanted to get rid of Perkz and put in Sven. That would get you over to a 4-2. What if you wanted an 80 carry captain? Could you get Sven captain? Let's see. Caps, Blabber. Wonder is actually cheaper, so you'd probably have to play Wonder. Switch over to Nisqy. That only leaves you 4,800, which is not going to be enough. So you couldn't quite get an 80 carry captain, but you can get a mid captain with 4 Cloud9 or a 3-3. That seems like the cash play to me. It's just interesting, the Top Esports actually has the lowest expectation of all the teams that are going to be involved in this. That's very interesting to me. Let me switch these real quick just to make sure that we're not getting tricked by team projection. No, it still goes with the 3-3 Nisqy captain. I like it. Nisqy has a good matchup in Golden Glue. I think that's it's a spot where maybe he can bounce back a little bit from kind of a mediocre series last time around. That seems like the play to me. You go Cloud9 G2, fade off of the LPL matchup. I think people are probably more likely to look at the LPL matchup. I would have been, for sure. I thought for sure Cloud9 was going to project the worst, but believe me when I say the projections are smarter than me and they know what they're talking about. So I'm going to trust them. I'm going to Cloud9 and G2 on this slate for sure. And then maybe I'm going to definitely poke around with some underdog lineups for sure, in the bigger GPPs especially. So that'll be all for me on this one, guys. An interesting little 3-gamer, and we'll have a lot more slates this weekend, I'm sure. Who knows what kind of slates or what they're going to do with it, but I'm sure we'll have a lot more of them. So that'll be all for me, guys. I will talk to you later. Good luck, and let's get them.